It's the last Saturday before we fly to Mallorca to take on the 312. So 7 days to go. This time next week, it's actually 1:15 now. We're kicking off late for a little ride. I'm guessing we would have done, I hope, a decent chunk. Probably will be up a mountain at this point next week. So yeah, feeling a little bit about it, as in the best possible way. It's been taper week, so it's been quite a quiet week on the bike. Done a few little routes here and there. I just walked in. You're going bright today. Did you just sniff the armpit?
I'm devastated. I can't find my favourite jersey.
He's looking for his favourite jersey. He thinks it's in my one of my drawers.
That's not. I've turned the drawers upside down.
Slightly devastated. We're in winter kit this morning, or this afternoon. It's actually pretty cold, so I put the bib tights away and they're back out for another little spin. Hopefully this will be the last one, and when we come back from Mallorca the weather will be decent. Eyes has not been riding all week. He's been resting his knee. Had a bike fit, so hopefully that will solve it. I'm gonna go and do a little leg test, see how it all is, take it easy, and then start to get packing for next week, which I'm actually buzzing about, but I'm only going to be truly buzzing if my partner in ride crime can hopefully get back on the bike, because I need someone to tow me around, to be quite honest with you. I'm really messing. We've been collecting bits and bobs for our ride to take our fuel with us. These are like precious cargo at the moment. I feel like everyone and their dog, or everyone and their bike, is loving these, because we just couldn't get the strawberry and lime hardly anywhere. Order of the day is plenty of vitamins. Been doing these for the last few weeks. And yeah, the next 7 days is going to be hydrating, and then also trying to practice not having a tiny bladder. So I need a wee every 5 minutes in 3-1-2, because I think the situation with the pee stops is a little bit dire over there from what I've been reading, watching and hearing. So I need to train myself to somehow take a lot of fluid in and not need to pee every 5 minutes, which is the current state of play. Also very excited. Garmin have kindly sent me a couple of bits, including this newer version of the heart rate monitor. So I bought the old heart rate monitor version myself, but this clips onto your sports bra rather than your skin. So the old one sometimes pinches your boobs, which is not ideal, but this one will no longer be pinching me tits, which is great.
Two out of 10?
Yeah.
2 out of 10 bad?
Yeah, you keep saying
so it's alright.
But 2 out of 10 is still you zipping about it ahead of me. I think you're claiming 2 out of 10, and then what's going to happen is you're going to get to start 3-1-2, drop me like a hot brick. You're literally going to be like, bye. I don't know.
No, it's not great. It is twinging.
No, my immune system's crumbling. We've done all this hard work. I'm going to take on your guys.
I'll be alright.
Yeah, I've got nothing in the tank today. We ended up doing, how much did we do in the end? 55k? 55k, so not too bad, just a little short spin. Loads of crazy old drivers, getting a little bit too close for comfort. So we probably won't be making that mistake again, going out on Saturday afternoon.
We definitely will.
Yeah, we definitely will. We definitely will. All good news about the ride. Basically, Eyes' knee was, well, you said it was 2 out of 10 bad, which means it's on the mend.
Yeah, it's definitely better than last week.
On the mend.
Okay.
He's also got some funky new trainers on for his walks, which are hopefully going to help his knee. I'm not making fun of them. I think they look great. What are they? New Balance trainers. So I've got to protect the knees now. So yeah, just enjoying the walk. And then the rest of the weekend, we're going to get ourselves ready and organised for next week. We're picking up another bike box Alan for our trip to Mallorca. So I think a top tip has been to kind of make ours stand out, because obviously there's going to be loads going over there. So looking forward to finding some tut to put on our boxes for the week ahead. So yeah, obviously we did a nice little review on that if you are someone who's thinking about hiring a bike box Allen or buying one. And obviously we've gone back for more, so good sign. And then the rest of this week, we're going to get our hydration packed, all our bits and pieces, get our kit together. Our shoes are kind of on their last legs, or mine are in particular, but I'm too scared to change them at this point because I feel like they're wedded to my feet. So maybe after 312 I might treat myself to a new shoe. What else have we got to sort? We're going to sort the bikes out tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm on a very special ride, which I'm very excited about. I'm making a little journey on my own. So yeah, bike's going to get a nice little clean, kit together, get all the tech charged, and then yeah, basically get ourselves sorted, ready for the flight on Friday. Any last feelings, Eyes?
Any last feelings?
Any last feelings about 312, which is next week? This time next week, we might almost be done. Where are we now? 6 o'clock. We might be on the final stretch.
Hope it doesn't turn into knee injury.
Knee 12? That was very good. Very good. Yeah, that is mad to think that this time next week we might be on the final flat straight. Hopefully all the hills will be done. Hopefully, yeah, it won't have been knee 12. And we won't be carcasses at the end. What I don't want to do is finish and feel like an absolute husk. We're going to end up spending a bit more time in Mallorca after 312, which I'm quite excited about. So we're going to stay and work there for a bit and then have a few days riding. And then we've also signed up to Kill the Hill, which looks brilliant. So I can't remember, how did you, I think one of a friend of ours had like sent that to Isaac, and then we got in touch. Yeah, Roman. And then we got in touch, and there was space for us to kind of jump on, which is actually now closed, so I think it is kept quite small. It's got a timed climb, which is on the closed roads of Puig. This is one of them situations where I don't really know how to pronounce it again, but we're super excited for that. And yeah, and then we'll head home. So really looking forward to a nice kind of week in Mallorca. Bit of work, bit of play, bit of killing hills, and hopefully not killing ourselves. So I will show you the bits and pieces that we're going to take with us tomorrow, including some bike nutrition bits that we've been sampling for the last, gosh, I don't know how many weeks, maybe like 10 weeks now, and getting on quite well with. And yeah, I'll show you the kit that's going to be coming with us. Good morning. I am coming to you from the car in good old Les Alamare, which might give a clue as to which way I'm heading. Very, very special Fan Matters this morning that I am so excited to film. I am currently just having a quick pit stop, having a cafe, which I think is out of date, if I'm honest. It says 4th of the 5th, but I've got a feeling it's 5th of the 4th because it's a little bit fizzy. And yeah, not long to go now, just 45 minutes. And then I will be in, yeah, somewhere new. I'm very, very excited, and I think there's going to be a little beagle waiting at the other end of this motorway, so very, very excited. Got Ivy in the back, and yeah, top Sunday. Good morning. It is now Wednesday. Full disclosure, I'm in London. It's the 3rd day on the bounce I've been in London, which is obviously not ideal pre-312 when we're meant to be kind of resting, chilling, recharging. Honesty box time now. The last few days have actually been pretty rubbish. I felt under the weather, pretty low about getting poorly, so close to the event. Don't know, I just felt really down about the entire thing the last few days, just because I've been so good at keeping the immune system really strong. All the training work had been done, and then it felt like I've got so close to the event and just felt rough. Like, you know when you get one of them colds where your face hurts, your sinuses hurt, everything hurts. And there's just been a lot going on. So yeah, I had a few days where I was like, oh, what on earth? Took a deep breath, got over it. It's now Wednesday, I'm feeling a little bit brighter, and the excitement is creeping back now, which is good. I've just found out I'm going to be in one of the quick starts, which I'm very excited about, because I wasn't too sure where I'd start the race and if that would kind of hold me back in terms of like, just because I've been a little bit nervous about descending after having a bit of an off on Soler last time we were like kind of riding in Mallorca. So for me, I wanted to be as close to the front or away from the mass crowds as much as I could if possible. So if I was in one of the main pens, my aim was going to be to try and weave my way out of it, and try and descend a little bit. Well, yeah, it's not going to be quiet, but ideally slightly quieter. So I'm made up with that news. I can't believe it's here now. I can't believe it's here now. It's good energy, good vibes. So we are finally starting to pack for our trip. I am just putting together my kit bits and pieces, so I thought I'd just show you a couple of quick tricks and tips that I've learned along the way in terms of packing down and making sure my kit is nicely organised and well put together. So in terms of kit for the 312, I've picked my favourite, most padded pair of bib shorts with easy accessible clips to get out of, which are the ASOS ones. These are just absolutely phenomenal. Let me just try and show you the inside of the chamois, because I think it's always important to see the inside of the pad. Look at that. That is so chunky. I don't even know if this is... There you go. Can you kind of get the feel for how thick that wadge is? Oh, there you go. You can see a bit of the pad inside there. That is so fat, perfectly on the sit bones, so the sit bone area, which is great. And then also the female bibs, obviously, so quite female friendly in that they come quite far up the front, shall we say. So very happy with that pad. It's been road tested on 200-kilometre rides, over 100k a couple of times, and they are brilliant. And then the extra feature of these are these clips. So easy to get in and out of yourself. Literally you can do it with one hand. Any other bibs that I've tried before, I've tended to need Isaac to like help me get in and out of them, but these I can literally do myself. And they've got this kind of magnetic clasp, so it helps you kind of catch on really simply like that, like barely do anything. These are brilliant, and obviously you can stay in full kit and simply pull down the back when you need to pee, and you don't need to take everything off. So huge fan of these. I tried some ASOS kits as part of working with them as a brand partner, and absolutely loved it, so much so that I actually went back and bought these myself with my own cash. So not an ad, a genuine recommendation, but I do have to be upfront that they have been a brand partner of mine, so I just wanted to point that out. But these are brill. And then other bits and pieces, just got my favourite crop top. So I get quite a lot of asks about sports bras, and I actually don't really remember where this one was from. I think it was from a boutique maybe in San Sebastian, like a nice little female outlet with doing gym gear. And I like this one just because the strap here isn't too tight on the chest, so when I've got the heart rate monitor on, which goes on underneath, this doesn't feel like it's like attached to my ribs, if that makes sense. So when you're climbing, it never feels too tight or restrictive. H&M ones are also super good for that as well, and they're dirt cheap, so I've got a couple of them in here. These are just kind of H&M basic sports bra. They come in tons of different colours. I think they've still got them available now. They do have this banded area, but there's quite a lot of stretch in them. And what I tend to do as well is size up. So I would normally take an extra small in things like crop tops, because I am in the itty bitty titty brigade. But I think I take a small in these, yeah, small, and sometimes even go for a medium if I don't want it to be like super restrictive as well. And then in terms of other bits and pieces of kit for 312, got some of my favourite socks, just nice and light and comfy. Hate my feet being too hot. So these are nice and lightweight. I get quite a lot of questions around, are sports socks or cycling specific socks worth the investment? And I would say yes, just because you don't want to be wearing cotton socks too much. They can get quite sweaty, they can be clingy, and the materials that sports socks or cycling specific socks are often made of tend to be kind of like sweat wicking, breathable, nice and light. And these don't have too much of a tight band as well, so when I'm kind of in the mountains or like riding anywhere that's quite hot, my legs can expand, including my calves, and these just don't get too tight, so that is also great. Jacket I'm going to take for the start line. This is a universal colours one, which kind of packs up nice and small. It's also waterproof, because I think we've seen that the weather's a little bit rainy in Mallorca at the moment, and probably will rain while we're there, so that will be a good item for when we're over there. And a top tip is, if you do ever buy kit, keep hold of these bags because they are so handy. Quite often these kind of have this like sticky label, or some of them come with kind of like a zip locker attached to the top, and they are just so handy for various things. So this one's kind of been battered a little bit. We've kept like pedals in this, tools. I think I sometimes do a separate one for kind of like equipment, or some for sports bras, some for socks. But generally speaking, you can fit a whole entire cycling kit into one of these, which is what I'm going to do for my Mallorca 312 outfit. So it's kind of in one of its own separate bags, and I know that this is kind of my plan for the morning. So let me show you how I fit this in. So this is how it's nice and simple to kind of pack your bib shorts down when you're traveling. This is the Ziploc bags I was mentioning, and this has got a couple of bits and pieces already in. So I've put my sports bra in, the jacket that I was talking about, the waterproof one, my socks. I don't need to take a jersey because I am going to be wearing the 312 one, but I have packed a spare one just in case. But crucially, how to make these nice and small within the case and nice and packable. So the best way to do it is to tuck one leg in along the path. Then you want to get your straps and just kind of neatly wrap it around the middle like that, nice and tight. Just pings out. Then you've got one leg out, which is intentional. And what you want to do then is kind of put your hand in, grab the entire lot of the middle, tuck your straps in, pull the leg up and tuck it all in super neatly like that. Now that is super compact, which is great. And then this should slot in really nicely into one of your kit bags. And that is kind of an entire outfit, or kit outfit, packed, ready, organised, and you know what you're going to wear, and it's all kind of together. Even still a little bit of room for that in there as well if I wanted to squeeze it in. That's that. In terms of fueling strategy, I think this basically says it all. So we've been really getting on well with the SIS Beta Fuel. They come in a few different flavours. I think the ones we've been really loving is the strawberry and lime flavour. Now we are going to be taking a whole box worth, which I don't know how many sachets comes in here. I think it's maybe like 12, 20, I'm not too sure. But 15, there we go, 15 of 82 grams, which is whopper. So you do get tons of carbs per serving. So per 82 grams, you can see there, basically 80 grams of carbs, which is an insane amount. And they just blend super nicely with water, shake them all up, and that has been ideal to kind of keep sipping on throughout the long days in the saddle. And these have been absolutely ideal for me because I struggle with kind of eating quite a lot on the bike. So when I'm sipping these consistently, I know the carbs are going in. And in terms of gels, we've tested quite a few. And I really struggle with anything that's got too much caffeine in. It really does kind of like not sit too well in my stomach. I think it's really trial and error. So when it comes to kind of any nutrition bits and pieces, I'm a bit conscious of kind of saying, oh, this is amazing. This is amazing in the sense that it's packed full of carbs. So if you can kind of get yourself used to, or you're not too bad with kind of eating and drinking quite high amounts of carbohydrates, that's ideal. Or if you're looking to kind of increase the amount of carbs that you're getting per hour, that's a handy way to do it. These ones I've also just been getting on super well with. These are strawberry and lime, 40 grams of carbs in these, which is brill as well. So yeah, they pack quite a punch, and these have tended to sit quite well with my stomach as well. I have celiac, so I have generally got like quite a sensitive belly. So I was very nervous of introducing these. Like even when I was a runner, I didn't really hammer gels too much, but these seem fine. So these are great, and I just love the fact that 40 grams in there as well, so you're carrying less. So where you've got kind of gels which maybe only have like 20 or less, you're obviously kind of holding on to more. So for the long rides, I'm kind of favouring taking less stuff on my body or in the bar bag. So we've packed a ton of these. In terms of other foods, we have got a bit of a kind of nutrition plan that we're going to work to for our 312. attempt. And that is kind of just based on kind of our body weights, the amount of grams of carbs that we might need as well. So I think the idea is we're going to try and eat quite early before the ride. So obviously it kicks off at like 6:30. So a couple of hours before, we're going to try and eat some kind of light carbs, get something in the system, banana, cereal, Cocoa Pop, something like that. And then we're obviously going to start kind of sipping away at our carb drinks, maybe have a banana, and then anything kind of like oaty. So oat bars have been sitting quite well. And yeah, a few of there. There's been like trial and error with loads of different products. So yeah, there's not a one size fits all when it comes to this. And I think we're still kind of figuring out what's right for us. But I think the idea is we'll probably eat some fruit along the way. Like definitely bananas tend to do quite well. And then yeah, if there's any kind of oaty based bars which can kind of have that slow release of energy to kind of go with the gels and to go with the beta fuel drink, that's probably what we're going to aim for. I'm excited to see the feed stations. I don't know what they're going to have there, but what I'm kind of hoping for is some kind of like fruit, in the sense of like orange slices or something to just break up the texture and I guess like with the carb drinks, the only downside I've found is they give you the sensation that your teeth are wearing socks, or like you've got socks on, because you're kind of like, after a while you're like licking your teeth. So when you're kind of on your third or fourth bottle, it can feel like your mouth's like, and you want something fresh. I remember when I spoke to Claire Sharp, who was one of the incredible women on Fan Matters, she spoke about really craving cucumbers on some of our long distance rides, and I thought, you absolute nutter. But now I totally get it. Obviously we'll not be smashing cucumbers down on this because I need more calories than what is in a cucumber, but I totally understand the freshness and the want for fresh. So stay tuned. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. We're probably going to buy quite a lot of stuff out there. I do have a couple of bars that we'll take with us that I've kind of picked up from Tenerife. So yeah, we'll take a few, but hoping to just get some bits and pieces from the shops. Haribo always goes down really well, so we'll probably have some sweets on us, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of sweets at the event itself. And that is basically it. We're going to kind of crack on with the rest of the packing. I can't believe I've left it so last minute. We literally go tomorrow. We literally travel to the airport tomorrow night. So yeah, going to get on with it. And the next time I see you, I think we'll be reporting back on how the ride went. So fingers crossed, pay for me. I'm going to pop the link down to the charity below. I'm not quite at my target. I'm really close. I've had some absolutely incredible, so incredibly generous donations from people I don't know, which is just blowing my mind. Like, it's insane. It's absolutely phenomenal. So thank you so much for your support, and just thanks for all the kind wishes. And yeah, once the 312 is done, that is probably the boobs challenge pretty much in the bag. And yeah, I'm excited. I just hope we get around okay. I hope Isaac's knee's okay, and I will see you on the flip side.